Hey Jet Setters, and thanks for joining me on Takeoff. I'm your host Tara Shapansky, and currently I am hustling through the Gothic quarter of Barcelona, headed to the Elborn district for a food tour. It's gonna be tapas and wine tonight, so come with me. Are you guys ready to take off? Let's go. And as always, show some love by dropping a comment down below, and also be sure to like, share, subscribe.
Started to come to Barcelona with sailors and workers. So the Catalans, they didn't want to mix these people with themselves, so they decided to create a new neighborhood more near to the beach, okay? If you go all the way down here, you're going to end up in the beach, in the port of Barcelona. And the thing is, because of this, a lot of men coming, a lot of the ladies that use it to work in the night, they also decided to move to this side of the city because new clients, single, foreigners with a lot of money that work a lot, so they also drink a lot. And because of this neighborhood got known as a place to have fun. So this street is called La Rambla del Born, because I know there is a very famous Rambla that is more in the Gothic area, but the thing is, most of the neighborhoods of Barcelona we call Ramblas. And Rambla, it's actually the kind of street. So every time that you see a street like this with a sidewalk in the middle with trees, it's a Rambla of the neighborhood, okay? And this one was famous because of the bars. So all these buildings that you see around, down the buildings, they use it to be bars. So far we still have a lot of bars here, but some of them they changed into stores or restaurants, okay?
Right?
Yeah. I'm going to do that secret first, and then I'm going to come for the 3 steps that are the main ones that generally it's very usual to see them doing in the bars, okay? So I'm going to teach the 3 steps. Don't worry, you don't need to remember the phrase that you say when you do the steps. I'm going to say just for you guys to understand. Why? Because when someone teached me, they didn't told me what does it mean. So I was doing with everyone and teaching my parents. And now my parents, they ask me the meaning and I'm like, bad luck.
Yeah, bad luck.
Okay, so first step is, do you know how do you say cheers in Spanish? Salud, very good. So when you say salud, the first rule says that you need to look everyone in the eyes. Otherwise, it's not 7 years without sex. It's worse. It's 7 years of bad sex. No one wants this.
No.
So, second step is, after you cheers, you tap your glass in the table, and in Spanish we say, el que no apoya, no folla. If you translate to English, it means who doesn't tap, doesn't have sex. And then you do the last step. Some people say this is the most important part, so pay attention, okay? You round the glass in the table, and when you round, we say in Spanish, el que no recoge, no se coge. That means who doesn't round, doesn't come. Advance. You just need to round once, okay? Why am I telling you guys this? Because I saw people in the tour rounding the glass 15 times. Don't worry, you don't need to. So now that you know how to cheers, go ahead, you can cheers. Okay.
Wait, have to round.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple times.
Yeah, there you go.
And the other one is the most famous one, that is the Ramon Serrano croquette, okay? And the name croquette comes actually from a French word. I know you're going to say, if it's a French word, so probably they create. No, there is one thing. Catalan is very similar to French. So it's a mix between French, Spanish, and Italian. Just for you guys to have an idea, for example, to say thank you in Spanish we say gracias, in Catalan we say merci. To say please in Spanish, we say por favor. In Catalan, we say s'il vous plaît. In French, it's s'il vous plaît. So it's...
So you only see one layer. It's not made out of flour. So that's how you spot a good croquette.
That we are having here, the name of the tapas is pinchos, okay? We call it pinchos, and this is a tapas that was created in the north of Spain, okay? The Basque Country. The Basque Country is a region that is made by the north of Spain and the south of France, and for the ones that are curious about it, here you can see the language. If someone can understand a single word, please let me know. It is very difficult because different from the other language that we have here in Spain, this one is not derivated from a language from Latin, for example. This is from the same time as the Latin. So it is a very, very old language, okay? The Spanish, they used to be the most hygienical people. So they had a very bad habit to throw the rest of the food in the streets. So they just eat it and the rest they just throw away. And because of this, the cities, they used to be very smelly. They used to have a lot of small animals, flies as well. So when you went to the bars, it was very usual to have a lot of flies coming to your glass. Okay? Just for you guys to have an idea, you see that most of the tables here, they are like high tables, right? So, and he came back to the king with the glass. For open. No, but they have a store that sells pottery, so you can also buy the glasses. And they have very, very good signatures cocktails. So I also recommend it.
Vale. Salsa de lioli y salsa romesco. Están aquí en la
Which liquor is that?
You can see it if you want.
Vermouth.
These used to take it, the vermouth, in Spain when you're in the middle of, I don't know how to say it, before you eat, you know?
Aperitif.
You take the vermouth with some chips. We used to do that.
An aperitif.
Huh?
Aperitif.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you mix it with anything, or do you just have it straight?
Tell me?
Do you mix it with anything, or do you just have it straight?
Straight.
Straight?
Yes. Like that.
No? Any idea? So, a lot of people, they ask me, tell me, what is it, the vermouth? Is it like a cocktail or a mixed drink? Actually, the vermouth is a wine-based drink, okay? So the vermouth is a wine-based drink that we make with wine, and it is the same process of production. The only difference is we put herbs and spices. So you're going to taste, for example, a little bit of cinnamon, and there is another difference. For 6% of alcohol, the vermouth have around 15–20%. So it is very tricky because you're going to see that you don't try the taste of the alcohol very strong. So looks like it's not that strong. You're going to figure out later. Okay? And because of this, we have a nickname for this drink. We call this drink the gossip drink. Because you guys know, the alcohol goes inside, the truth it starts to go outside. And also here, we drink different from British. Generally, the British, they drink a lot of alcohol in a short time. Here we do the opposite. We drink the whole day, so we start very early. Well, we are going to have two different kinds of tapas, okay? The first one is what we call patatas bravas. It's brava potatoes, and this is a tapas that was created in Madrid in the beginning of the 20th century, okay? And this is basically potatoes with two different sources. You're going to see that there is a yellow light source that is what we call aioio, and the potatoes have this name because of this source, the brava source.
Can we see the bottle? Thank you.
But it's actually champagne. Same thing. Catalonia is one of the only places in the world besides France that produce champagne. But the only difference is the type of grape. So here we have our own grape that we produce in the mountains near here, Catalonia, in the Catalonia region. And if you put a glass of Cava and a glass of champagne side by side, you're going to see the only difference is that Cava is a little bit more sparkling. So you're going to see more bubbles in the glass. Have the same
and then we go across to Tangier and Casablanca.
It does seem like there's more bubbles.
These go to Sevilla. Yeah, I've not seen all the Hawaiian islands because I've just been to Oahu.
Okay, guys. Yes. So, do you guys know what is Cava? Sparkling wine? No. Some people they ask me if Cava is a sparkling wine or something like Prosecco, but actually Cava is the same thing as champagne. The only difference is that it's produced here in Catalonia. So the type of grape that we use to do Cava is different. Okay? Some people say that because of the grape is a little bit more sweet, more drinkable, tastes better. I think it's kind of depends on the taste of the person. But if you put the glass of Cava and the glass of champagne, you're going to see that they're the same thing. The only difference is Cava is a little bit more sparkly because of the type of the grape. But the way that we produce Cava is exactly the same way. So Catalonia is one of the only regions in the world, besides France, that produce champagne, okay? About the food that we are going to have here. Do you guys have any idea what we are going to eat here?
Tapas.
Paella, very good. Just give me a second. Very good. So, the thing about the paella is, the paella, we say this is our grandma's recipe, right? Here in Spain, it's not. The paella was created by the men. So, if the Spanish men know something is to cook. They cook very well. And they created the paella in Valencia. So the fishermen, one day, they woke up in the community with a good mood. And they told their wives to go take a rest, that they were going to take care of everything, including cook. So they decided to get together to make a big food for everyone. And on that time, they used to use a pan like this, but 2 meter size of diameter. So it was huge. And we know that they cooked well, but you guys know, mostly the women know the men's way to do things. So how did they did the paella? They just got everything they found it, they put it inside the pan, they mix it a little bit and they put it on fire. So in the original recipe, besides seafood, they also used chicken and rabbit. Okay? This one is a seafood paella, so it's not with rabbit, but the original one have rabbit on it. And there is one thing that is a very, very important rule about making paella. Once you put the paella on fire, don't touch it. You don't touch, you don't mix. It's like if you broke the spaghetti in front of an Italian. Same feeling. Why? Because it's part of the recipe. The borders and the bottom of the pan get a little bit burned. It's part of the recipe, it's part of the taste of the paella. So if you mix, it's not going to happen, okay? So you don't mix the paella. And as you saw during the tour, the Spanish, they're very creative people with names. So the reason that we call this food paella is because of the way they made. They made the food for the women, so they made the food for her. And if you translate from English to Spanish for her, you say para ella. But in Valencia, they have a dialect and they don't say all the letters, they cut the letters. So they don't say para ella, they say paella. That's why we call this food like this, okay? So now, hope you guys enjoy your meal.
I think it's missing its body anyway. Thank you. Sorry?
Just finished the food tour. It was totally amazing. I am full, a little bit tipsy, and I made a mistake by having it the last night of my trip. I leave tomorrow back to Florida. I should have started with the food tour. That is my recommendation for anybody traveling. Start with the food tour so you can know all the good recommendations of local places to go. So, all right guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Take Off with Tara. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, Jet Setters.